Virgo, how are you? This is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. I hope you're doing great. My dog is squeaking his squeaky toy in the background there. So if you can hear that, and here comes Rama the cat. We're just all in animal mode here. So, Virgo, we're going to be doing a collective reading. This is a manifestation reading. You can watch for anywhere that Virgo is in your chart. Strongest energies are Sun, Moon, Rising, your inner planets. That would also include your Mercury, Mars, and Venus, as well as your North Node. And what else? What else do I want to tell you? This is a manifestation reading. So basically, we'll be looking at what you're manifesting or focusing on at this time, what the challenges are, what the advice from spirit is, and then what the potential outcome is for you. And I've been letting everybody know my main job is I'm a makeup artist, and I am in the middle of prime wedding season right now. So my readings are going to be a little scattered, probably through September. I'm going to do the best I can to have some type of normalcy here. But if, I get put off a week, I apologize. I'm just doing the best I can with my schedule and my energy at this time. Okay, Rama, I'm going to need that table. Let's start with one Keepers of the Light Oracle to see who was guiding your reading today. All right. One card, please. Who is guiding this reading for Virgo? One card. There we go. Ooh, Saint Germain. Karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. Okay. Well, we'll see how this relates to your manifesting or whatever you're focusing on at this time. But, definitely calming down the energy around you and getting, releasing yourself from any drama and focusing on raising your vibration sounds like the goal. I think that's my goal every day. Okay, buddy, I'm sorry. I know, but we need the table here. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, so much for cleaning this off with the lint roller. That is now a mute point, but all right, we're just going to move forward. So I'm using the Enchanted for Hoxa Tarot today. Oops. Excuse me, bud. I know you want to be in it. You know the Virgos are the rulers of small animals, and you want to be in their energy. Okay, let's start here and see. What is Virgo manifesting at this time, Spirit? One card. Okay. All right. What are the challenges for Virgo in manifesting this? Okay, I'm going to put that one back because I only want 3 for each. Funny that the Hierophant is here because I was thinking about him earlier in that position. So, very interesting. Okay, what is the advice from Spirit for Virgo right now? These cards are very energetic today. Okay. Oops, put that. Good cards here. Okay. And then what is the potential outcome for Virgo regarding their manifestations? Okay. We'll put gaze on this side since there's more room here. Okay. Manifestation or your focus. We're starting with the Chariot. Okay, so this is a big step of taking control, taking charge, moving towards the things you desire with zero hesitation and 100% confidence. Okay, this is an alignment of your solar plexus, your sense of self, your gut intuition, and your third eye chakra, full spiritual intuition. It's also a balance of our spiritual masculine and spiritual feminine energies. That balance is what makes the Chariot so powerful and allows them to move forward with that full, clear intention. Okay, eye on the prize. And the other thing with the Chariot that's very important is the Chariot holds the energy of all of the knights, knowing how to take action with their sword, their throat chakra, how to communicate, speak to themselves, motivate themselves, get them going, have that pep talk when needed. They know how to be the Knight of Pentacles and move methodically, make a plan, know what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what they're going to do when they get there, moving forward with that cup, knowing who and what they want to share their emotional vulnerability with. Okay. Being very, very decisive about who they use that action for. And then the Knight of Wands, knowing how to move towards your goals, your dreams, take the optimism and excitement of life, like by the horns and own it. Okay. So this is a huge, beautiful energy to be stepping into and manifesting, Virgo. Okay. We have the Two of Earth. That would be the Two of Pentacles. You're looking to, and the Chariot's very in alignment with this, bring some balance into your life, okay? Figuring out how to maneuver the things that you enjoy doing, the things that you need to do, your responsibilities, all of those aspects of life, and balancing them so it doesn't become overwhelming and you can stay grounded, okay? Because that's very important for Earth, for Pentacles, is staying grounded. So bringing that balance while you propel yourself forward to become victorious on your goals. Okay. And then we have the 10 of Earth. This is the 10 of Pentacles, manifesting relationships, aspects of yourself, the things around you for long term safety, security, prosperity, peace, okay, groundedness, making sure that your relationships are being nurtured in the proper way so they stay grounded and last for a long time with less trauma and less frustration, and applying that to all aspects of your life, at work, in the things that you enjoy, in your goals, okay, your personal goals, being very grounded about it so that you can set things up without a lot of resistance. However, you're moving towards this balance and this long-term legacy, okay? Very, very intensely. And you are using that gut intuition again and that third eye intuition to move you forward. And that solar plexus is extremely important because while you're moving towards these things, your ego will be balanced, okay? And you can trust that third eye as well. Beautiful. I love this. I love this for us, Virgo. Okay, the challenge. We have the Eight of Air, and this just came out for Taurus as well. And we are just known for this, and it's getting out of our heads. Okay, that's going to be a challenge in this. Don't overthink. Don't future think in ways that cause you anxiety and overwhelm you. This person here, obviously, we have the spiders and the webs. Okay, those webs are the spiders are all the thoughts in your head creating webs here that are hindering your ability to fly, to use your chariot, right? This person is on a crow or raven here. And this person has wings and can fly, but they can't take off because they're held down by all the little bugs in their mind. Okay, so find ways to soothe that for yourself. Find ways to calm that over analyzing, overthinking, getting fixated on what will happen if I do this, if I sell my house, what if I don't find a house, if I quit my job, what if I don't find a job, I'm unhappy with my partner, if I leave them, how will I support myself on my own? We don't need to worry about all of those things. Spirit, the universe, the divine, when we're doing the right thing for ourselves and the things that are in alignment with us and for our greatest and highest good, the answers will come. Sometimes we just need to be brave enough to take the action to our victory, to our happiness. Okay? And with the chariot, we always have that aspect that there's light and dark. And the chariot acknowledges both light and dark and uses them to his advantage or her advantage in this case. Okay? We can transform the way we think about things in a way that is in a higher vibration so we don't hold ourselves down with old ways of thinking and doing things, holding down those webs. The Hierophant, okay? I feel like with this Hierophant, you may not really have the belief in yourself. The Hierophant is basically spiritually the highest vibration we can reach in this earthly existence, right before the you reach that veil, that in between, the middle, where the higher realms, the higher vibrational beings meet the earthly realms, right? So this Hierophant has the ability to reach up very, 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 very high and connect to spirit. Okay, but with this here, I feel like it's a lack of belief in yourself, that you are capable, that you can be that high vibrational, that you can achieve your highest vibration on earth by doing these things that you're manifesting here. Okay, a little bit of a lack of belief here. And with this card here, I would say if you're having a problem with that, you may want to find some spiritual guidance or somebody that grounds you and helps you stay focused on your goals, even if it's not an actual religious leader, a spiritual person that can give you guidance and keep you grounded on your path. Okay? Taurus energy. That chariot is Cancer energy. Three of Earth as the challenge. I think you're afraid you don't have a good enough support system to see you through this. And that's okay. All right. I know that we want people to always like what we're doing or support what we're doing, but that's not always the case. Sometimes we have to just rely on ourselves and do the best we can step by step. People don't always like to see other people change or grow because then they may be required to change and grow and they may not be ready for it. Okay, so if you do have some people around you that aren't as supportive as you would like them to be as you're manifesting these things here, don't look at them negatively. They're just not where you are yet. And that's okay. Everybody, peaks at a different time. And we can't get frustrated with people because they're not in alignment with our timing. Okay. So if anything, just, send them love. Okay. Send them love. And when they're able to meet you where you're at, you can pick up where you left off. Okay. But don't take it personally because other people haven't reached the place of manifestation that you're at. They're at their where they're at in their life, and it's not personal to you or meant to be at you. All right. The advice from spirit, and this is a beautiful, beautiful row of cards. The advice from spirit is the Fool. Do not overthink this, Virgo. Just do it. Just do it. Whatever's happened in the past, whatever things that, cause you to overthink and be in fear and stop yourself from being in this chariot energy, We have to put those to rest. Okay? With the Fool, sometimes we also have to be a little bit rebellious with the people in our tribe that are not helping us stay grounded through this big transition you're going through here. Okay? It's okay. Be a little rebellious. Stand up for yourself. The most important thing with the Fool card is that the Fool does not take a lot of the burdens from the past with them. Okay? They just make a decision one day that they are going to move forward and nothing is going to stop them. And I can tell you from my own experience, when I knew that I needed to get divorced from my ex husband, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, it's over. Once I made the decision that I did not care if I lived in a cardboard box, I was not going to stay there one more day. And I told him that it was over, and he walked out the door. It was like the weight of the world was off of my shoulders. And I didn't think about, what if I can't do this by myself? I had a 2-year old. What if I can't pull this off? I just felt so relieved and I just did it. And that's the energy that Spirit's talking about here. Do not overthink this. Just take the steps and move forward, and everything will fall into its place. That's not to say that I didn't hit roadblocks on my journey. However, I grew tremendously into a very strong, very secure, very responsible version of myself through stepping off the ledge and just doing it. That's available to you. Ace of Fire, beautiful. Spirit saying here, this is an opportunity for your growth, for your expansion, to bring optimism into your life, to live your life with passion, okay? By taking one little step, you have no idea the amount of beautiful growth, potential, and again, radiance and optimism that Spirit wants to gift you with. It's on the other side of it. It doesn't mean that it just shows up the next day, but it is there for you in the most high vibrational form that Spirit can give it to you. Okay? Accept the gift, take the step. And then we have the Strength. I mean, these are some beautiful cards of advice: the Fool, the Ace of Wands, and the Strength. This is a absolute beautiful opportunity for you to, especially with these things here, the parts of you that are still living in programming from relationships and childhood and situations that didn't work out, beliefs that you have made um, based on experiences that were probably traumatic. Okay. And even if you're not recognizing them, they're probably deep down inside. Primal instincts we have that are not instincts, responses that are not serving us. We need some of our primal responses, they're very important, but some of them do not serve us and help us reach our higher vibration. This is your higher self taming and calming all of those energies in you that are in defense mode or fear mode or fight or flight mode. And little by little, taming that so you become more in alignment with your higher self. So realize that every time you might be in fear, okay, we'll use fear as the example, and you want to retreat from your chariot energy here that you're trying to manifest, that is a time in which you can call upon your higher self and take a moment to align with that energy and challenge yourself and show yourself what you're actually made of. Not retreating, you stand up and take action with the guidance of your higher self and get that chariot moving. Okay? Virgo, this is big. I love it. This is the potential outcome. Okay? If you work on this guidance from Spirit, you're going to have the courage with this 8 of water, 8 of cups, to move towards your emotional happiness. Okay? All of these butterflies are here. Huge transformation. You're going to have that intuition also in alignment with the chariot, and we have the high priestess next. That intuition is going to be on point, and you're going to know when to walk away from things and when to walk towards things intuitively. Okay, that's going to be part of this huge transformation, but you're not going to spend your time around things, people, places, and things rather, that do not have uh, sincerity, that do not bring you emotional fulfillment. You're going to really understand intuitively how to discern where to put your emotional energy, and step away or step towards, depending on what your intuition tells you. And here we have this high priestess. Full The chariot and the high priestess is an intuitive powerhouse. Okay? Intuitive powerhouse. This is you figuring out that the answers are within you. Okay? You don't, it's, for instance, people will have a tendency to, I've stopped doing this a long time ago and it's been very helpful, but we have a tendency when we want to do something like, I want to move to this town. We ask other people what they think. And all the different answers, and it's all based on where they're at in their life. And, you know, some people, again, might not want you to move, so they boo-hoo it for you. This is when you don't have to ask people what they think about the decisions you're making in your life anymore, because you trust yourself. Okay? You fully trust yourself. So now you just tell people, I'm moving here. This is what feels right for me, and this is what I'm doing. And you don't require anybody's input. Okay? Because you go within and you trust what you hear from your higher self, from the strength card. Okay? You don't need other people's opinion or guidance. We do want in this Hierophant card some guidance, but that person would probably be at a little bit more of a spiritual maturity and not be putting their own personal needs in the way of your growth. Okay? We have to be careful about who we ask. All right? Learning to go within to find your answers and trusting it, your intuition, like alive. And then the Five of Earth. Okay? This is the Five of Pentacles. No more fear of abandonment. No more fear of poverty. No more fear of not being safe and secure in this world. Okay? We have all these red wolves back here. All right? That's not a very trusting feeling when you feel like behind your back you have a lot of red wolves. So, with this trust in yourself, we're not depending on the people behind us or around us anymore. We're learning that we're the person that takes that feeling of um, why am I brain farting right now? Of abandonment, that feeling of lack, that feeling of not feeling supported or safe, like that challenge in the Three of Earth. We're the person that we rely on. Okay. All of our other people around us are, yes, they're a support system, but we shouldn't give other people jobs for things that we don't feel like doing ourselves. You learn that you can do that for yourself, that you can meet that challenge, that you're brave enough to do it for yourself, and you do. And that's the game changer. Okay? Huge, huge game changer. This is big. This is a big one, Virgo. Okay. Let me get a white light oracle. This is my favorite oracle deck ever. I'm not going to read there's usually like 2 to 3 pages for each card, but I'll read a paragraph or two. Spirit, what message do you have for Virgo on this manifestation? These cards are so big for my hands. There we go. Okay. We have the 27 card, and it's the Aurora of Gamma. Let's see. Okay. Looks like a lot of crown chakra stuff going on there. It is time to let go of what has been. You are swiftly outgrowing your past, as we've been talking about. Explore and commit to a spiritual practice that supports your personal transformation, back to that Hierophant card, so that you can cross the threshold before you now. Embrace your freedom to be creative in your approach, rather than doggedly committing yourself to your previous ideas or plans. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. Continue your healing journey with trust that a positive outcome is imminent. Aurora is the Roman goddess of the dawn, the bringer of light, and initiatrix. Whoop, that's a tongue twister. Initiatrix of a new cycle or chapter in your life. And that is what you're manifesting here. Okay, hold on. She is the luminous dispeller of darkness, the flickering flame of hope in the heart that can burn into such a radiant holy fire that even the greatest challenges do not cause the soul to turn away in fear, as I was saying here. Her presence in a reading signifies a fresh start and overcoming of an old cycle. I'm going to read this real quick just so you know. Gamma waves are high frequency, typically 40 hertz in humans, but extending to higher levels with hypergamma oscillating at around 100 hertz. Associated with spiritual insights and clarity, pure vision, and breakthrough awareness, the gamma state is associated with high level processing that leads to integration and evolution. With the gamma frequency, we transform knowledge into wisdom through application. We tap into our ability to integrate information, and in doing so, are truly healed and transformed. Okay, so if you, because I always listen to music at different frequencies, if you do that, while you're in this manifestation, you can go onto YouTube and find different hertz music. Um, do that while you're thinking about your manifestation, while you're connecting with your high priestess energy here. Okay. But this looks like a beautiful manifestation. We just want to work on these challenges, take this advice from spirit. And, it looks like you're well on your way. And I love that the high priestess is here, because that's really showing that you develop through this process a full trust in yourself, to tap into your intuition and not depend on the approval of other people, okay, as you navigate your life and move towards your goals. Okay, Virgo, this is beautiful for you. If you did resonate with this reading, I do ask you to subscribe, like, share, comment, any of that good stuff. As I said, I'm newer here. I think I said that in your video. If not, I am newer here, and I really appreciate the support. And also, we do have the Lions Gateway coming on 8/8. So do focus on your manifestations. The veil is thin there. We really have the ability to tap into the things that we want to achieve and have so much support from spirit. Okay. Thank you, Virgo. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.